Close. I'd like to call this meeting to order on this day, Monday, October 12th, 2015. If Clerk Kornecki could please call the roll for us tonight.
Yes, Trustee Aiello.
Trustee Bolthus.
Here.
Trustee Kazone.
Here.
Trustee Case.
Here.
Trustee Taglia. Trustee Wagner. President Bullwinkle.
Here. We could all please rise for the pledge. I will lead us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll ask everybody to remain standing. Trustee Kazone is going to deliver the prayer tonight for us.
Dear Lord, please watch over us this evening as we discuss our village matters and help us to make correct decisions to improve our village and improve the lives of all of our residents. In your name, amen.
Amen. Very nice. Thank you. Okay. Item number 3 on the Committee of the Whole is amendments to the Committee of the Whole agenda. Does anybody have any amendments to the Committee of the Whole? No? Okay, seeing none, we're going to move on to item number 4, Police Department retirement presentation. We have Chief Bob Pavelchuk here tonight to do the honors. Hi.
Evening, Madam President.
Hello.
Board members, and John, nice to see you.
Full house here tonight.
I thank you very much for giving me the time, because I'm from a generation of police officers. It's very important to recognize careers, and we're about to have one here in Villa Park come to end. And I want to make sure everybody in the village knows about it, because this is an officer that's dedicated 30 years of his life to the village, and he's, like myself, come from a generation of young men and women who came on the job, police officers, and quite honestly, back in the early days, if I'd have done the job for free, if somebody would have paid my bills, because we just enjoyed very much being the police. And the person I speak of is Deputy Chief Robert Budig, whose last day will be this Friday, the 16th. In front of me, and I brought it as my visual aid, this is a file of a 30-year career. This is it. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's mostly the good. Bob Budig was hired here in Villa Park on October 7th, 1985 as a young probationary police officer. He was promoted to sergeant May 23rd, 2001. He was promoted to the deputy chief of patrol July 12th, 2004. In a reorganization of the department, when he had a director for a while, he was the chief of patrol November 6, 2008, and back to deputy chief in 2010. A career like that doesn't happen by accident. It occurs because, number one, whoever was on your Board of Police and Fire Commission at the time in 1985 saw something in a young kid that they thought would be something special, and the young kid did turn out to be something special. Like all police officers, he made the sacrifices to his family, that he wasn't there for birthdays and holidays and worked a lot of midnight shift. But during that time, he valiantly served the village with pride and distinction, and he does so to this very day as he gets ready to leave. Served as a patrol officer and a patrol supervisor as a sergeant, deputy chief of police, and the chief of the patrol operations. He mentored the children in our schools as a DARE officer. He participated in numerous community events and organizations, including member of the Elks Club, member of the Rotary at one time, National Night Out, Neighborhood Watch, Citizens Police Academy. Over the time of his career, he became the technology guy in the police department. The systems of cameras, computers, and things that we use today, we're all thankful to Bob Budig because he set them up, because he's got a love for that kind of stuff. I'd like to share with you, as I went through his file today, memos of 2 evaluations that he got. One was right after he was appointed deputy chief, and one was a few years later. Since deputy, and this is dated January 10th, 2005. Since Deputy Chief Robert Budig was promoted July 12, 2004, I've had weekly meetings with him regarding his performance. Even though he's new at this job, I have found that Deputy Chief Budig is always eager to accept new tasks and responsibilities. I found that true when I got here. I can always depend on him to get the job done quickly, correctly, and efficiently. He handles a large workload and is thorough when completing tasks. He still is that today. Deputy Chief Budig is very creative in searching for new ideas and solutions to problems. He is sociable, well-organized, and motivated. He is always punctual, even starting early and leaving late when necessary. I can tell you in the last couple of weeks he's been in the office every day at 6 a.m. A scant 3 years later, in the same position, the supervisor wrote, Deputy Chief of Police Robert Budig has been employed as a police officer with this department since 1985. He's worked in various positions since that time. In 2004, he was promoted to the rank of Deputy Chief of Police and has worked in the capacity of the Patrol Division Commander since that time. Deputy Chief Budig has always been a highly motivated member of the department. He is an individual that can always be counted on to assist in any task at hand, and I think the other department heads can verify that very much. He's a conscientious manager who readily takes on responsibility and takes on tasks to completion. In addition to his responsibilities as the Patrol Division Commander, he maintains the department's in-house computer systems and related equipment. President Bullwinkle, trustees, residents, I felt my obligation as the Chief of Police to recognize a career like this. It's important that the community knows the character and the work ethic of the people they have working for them. And Bob Budig is a classic example. I will tell you that I begged him not to go, but he's, because he does that computer stuff. He's not here now because he's got a part-time computer job. And I wanted him to come tonight and be embarrassed, but he's also not a fanfare and limelight guy. But he'll be sorely missed. I count him as one of my closest friends in the short time that we've worked together, although I knew him professionally before I came here to Villa Park. But I want to acknowledge his career and let everybody know that he's a great guy, and if you get a chance, give him a call and say best wishes in retirement. I'd like to say that we're going to have a party for him, but he's not. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
He's moving too fast to pin him down right now. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. I can say I've had the pleasure of working with him, as liquor commissioner. He's on the ball. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes through the police department, to get everything ready for me to make sure everything's in order. And you make my job really quite easy, quite frankly. And yes, and so, I'll miss working with him side by side on that and just seeing him, pretty much every day out and about. And hopefully he won't be a stranger and will come back and visit us. Yeah, all right.
Manager Keener, may I be excused? I have a personal matter. Is that okay?
Good night.
Congratulations on your marathon.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Something better down at home.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, moving on to item number 5 on the Committee of the Whole. Consider an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the sale of surplus property, a 1995 Med-Tech ambulance. Manager Keener?
Thank you, Your Honor. Investigations Unit 81 is a 1995 Med-Tech ambulance converted into a squad that is currently being used for fire investigations, hazardous material incidents, and utility jobs. The vehicle is 21 years old and requires increased maintenance. Staff is recommending that the village board authorize staff to sell the vehicle via Obanoff Auction Services, Inc., eBay Auctions, an independent dealer, or sale by owner. Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. Any questions or comments from the public in regards to this item? Okay, how about the board? Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Aiello?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Item number 6, consider a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing change order number 2 to the contract between the Village of Villa Park and Orange Crush LLC for the 2015 street resurfacing project for an adjusted contract amount of $1,659,661.05. Manager Keener?
Thank you, Your Honor. The village has a contract with Orange Crush LLC of Hillside, Illinois, for the 2015 street resurfacing project. Proposed change order number 2 consists of additional quantities for the resurfacing of East Oak Street from Ardmore Avenue to Cornell Avenue, and for the resurfacing of village property located adjacent to the Home Avenue alley. The net amount of this proposed change order number 2 is an addition of $42,661.05 for an adjusted contract amount of $1,659,661.05. Funds for this additional work are to be taken from the Street Improvement Fund. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments from the public in regards to this item? Okay, how about the board? Anybody from the board have any questions? You good? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Ayello?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Item number 7, consider a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing a contract with Girardi Sewer and Water Company of Norridge, Illinois, for the 2015 North Princeton Water Main Improvement Project in the amount of $474,477. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. The village will be receiving Community Development Block Grant funding for the replacement of the water main on Princeton Avenue from Terrace Street to Plymouth Street. The water main was recommended for replacement in the Water Master Plan due to the number of water main breaks. The project was publicly bid with 7 contractors submitting bids. Staff recommends awarding a contract to Gennardi Sewer and Water Company of Norridge, Illinois, in the amount of $474,477. The grant-funded portion of this particular project would be $355,858. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the public regarding this item? Okay, how about the board? Anybody from the board? We good? Okay. Just where's the extra amount going to be coming from, the difference?
Since it's a water project, Your Honor, that would be coming from the water fund.
Okay, just making sure. All right, great. Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Ayello?
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Item number 8 on the Committee of the Whole. Consider resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing an engineering services agreement between the Village of Villa Park and Baxter and Woodman Incorporated for the North Princeton Water Main Improvement Project in the amount of $50,000. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. The village will be replacing the water main on Princeton Avenue between Terrace Street and Plymouth Street with partial funding through a Community Development Block Grant. Baxter and Woodman Consulting Engineers submitted a proposal to provide Phase 3 construction engineering services at a cost of $50,000. There are sufficient funds available in the water supply fund for this purpose. Thank you, Your Honor.
Great, thank you. Questions and comments from the public in regards to this item? Okay, how about the board? Anybody on the board have any questions? Trustee Aiello.
Do you have an idea of what the cost of the project will be to construct it, and is there sufficient funds available for that purpose? Are there sufficient funds available once the project is designed and this engineering is done to actually do the project?
No, this is for construction
Oversight.
observation for the contract we just.
It's already
awarded
signed,
previously.
okay, great, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Ayello?
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Item number 9 on the Committee of the Whole. Consider resolution approving the 2016 Sugar Creek Golf Course annual budget. Manager Keener?
Thank you, Your Honor. The Sugar Creek Golf Course Administrative Board has approved the proposed Sugar Creek Golf Course budget for fiscal year 2016, beginning January 1st, 2016, and ending December 31st, 2016. Proposed expenditures equal $1,056,626, and the proposed revenues equal $1,056,735, which results in a projected net profit of $109. According to the intergovernmental agreement between Villa Park and the Elmhurst Park District, the proposed budget must be presented to the village president and board of trustees for final approval. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Any questions and comments from the public in regards to this item? Okay, how about the board? Anybody from the board? Trustee Wagner,
Thank you, Madam President.
you're welcome.
Just looking over the budget, I'm sure this has to be a typo, but it says employee lousing. And I'm sure they
No.
might have louses, but they may have houses. Is there someone still
Just making
that
sure.
resides on the golf course?
Go
Your
ahead.
Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
welcome. Yes.
The golf course owns the home directly to the west, and that's that particular line item is the home's annual rent, which is a revenue to the golf course, and it should be housing. And we've tried to correct that after many years, and obviously it hasn't gotten corrected yet.
So can I assume that then the golf course board has approved this budget, and then they've sent it on to the two other bodies, to us and to the Park District.
That,
Yep, go
thank you,
ahead.
Andrew. That's correct. Both entities have to approve the budget. Elmhurst Park District has to approve the budget, and so does this board before the budget is implemented on January 1st.
And just a hypothetical, what if we didn't approve the budget?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
If this budget wasn't approved, the golf course would not be able to open on January 1st. And by not approving the budget, it would affect multiple employees, probably affect some banquets that are planned, and then may affect eventually the payment of the bonds, which the revenues from the golf course do pay the majority of the bonds that were issued to complete improvements on the golf course.
Thank you, that's all I had.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Trustee Ayala?
I know we have liaisons between our board and their board. Cooperation among the board financially sometimes seems to be an issue. How's that going? How's negotiations between the two groups going?
The negotiations between two groups, it's been rather tenuous at times. And the one issue, and I'm sure, I know the board's aware of it, and some of the residents at home are aware of it, that there's an outstanding issue of an amount that was possibly loaned or not loaned to the Elmhurst Park District through budgeting within the Sugar Creek Golf Course. And when that came to light, we modified the budget. The budget was made on a 3 to 5 year average. The revenue and expenditures were proposed on a 3 to 5 year average. Previously, the proposed budget was based on last year's budget, not actual, but the previous year's budget. So if the golf course did not obtain the previous year's budget, it was still based on it going forward, and the numbers were drastically swayed to positive and negatives for the golf course. In other words, not meeting the revenues and not meeting the profit. So, but that has been rectified through discussions. The looming long-term debt for the Elmhurst Park District is still a very difficult issue. I have contacted the auditors for the golf course and was very frank with the representative of the auditor, telling that person that the Village of Villa Park does not agree with notations within the audit that the Sugar Creek Golf Course owes Elmhurst Park District approximately $1 million. And I told, or like I said, the auditor that the board did not agree with that. And hopefully the audit moving forward would reflect that.
And one of the things I'd like to make sure is, Madam President, if you don't mind if I can
No, please do.
follow up.
Yes, please.
The only reason our board's even aware of that is because of Village Manager Keener's effort in reading line by line through that budget, is my understanding anyway. And I think that's everybody's understanding.
Yeah. Brought it to
So
light.
one thing is, the village citizens should appreciate that effort, and want to make sure that's made clear. And then for our village attorney, by our agreeing to approve these budgets, we're not by implication approving any old, what I consider to be nefarious accounting.
No, it's really just a fiscal year by fiscal year process. You know, what's in the paper is agreed to, but this past issue is not really related to this. And there's no, it's not like we're paying partial payment in this budget or any of those kind of issues either. It's just a absolute denial. We're approving just this fiscal year budget.
Perfect, thank you.
Right? Okay, Trustee Gazelle.
On a budget of $1 million, we're making a net profit of $100. Is there anything that they're trying to do to increase revenues? Cut costs, you know,
Yep.
to make it a little more profitable?
We actually
for
talked
everybody?
about that. Yes, Manager Keener, if you'd like to
Thank you, Your Honor.
expand on that.
Yes, actually, they have made some employee adjustments, have not replaced several employees. Their banquet reservations and events have really turned around in the last couple of years. And I think, quite honestly, the implementation of the budget that we're using now is much more accurate. In fact, I think if you take a look at the budget and the number of rounds that they have proposed, I think the number of rounds for fiscal year 2016 is 31,000. And I think that's probably more reflective than fiscal year 2015 and 2014. So if they keep using a 3 to 5 year average, I think the actuals will come back into line.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Anybody else? No? Dovetailing off of the $109 profit, it's a profit at least, some other things that were being discussed would be maybe advertising and exploring new ways to advertise the golf course, maybe utilizing the golf carts, putting some advertising on the carts and things of that nature. Are they still considering doing something along those lines?
Thank you, Randy. Yes, they are. That is still on the table. And one of the things that they've recently done, probably within the last 6 months, is actually change the signing so residents and non-residents alike can find the golf course easier. I think if you drive east and west on Roosevelt, you'll notice that they have not only a more sturdy sign, but they also have like a banner on the corner of Castle Chevrolet's right-of-way. And I think that helps non-residents find their way to the golf course, which is obviously, I think everyone knows it's kind of tucked in within the village itself. But thank you, Ron.
Thank you very much. There's lots of different things going on there. Yes, Trustee Case, sure.
Is it true that only 11% of Little Park residents play the course?
That's a very good question. I have not done an analysis of that, but maybe Director Gola has something to add. But at one time we did ask Executive Director Rogers from the Elmhurst Park District to kind of take a look at that for us, and they, I believe, did that. And if that's the figure that was handed out, that probably came from Director Rogers.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Okay. All righty then. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Wagner,
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Ayello?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle.
Yes. Okay, now, item number 10 on the Committee of the Whole is convened to the formal agenda. Getting through this. All right. Item number 1 on the village president's report under the formal agenda is the Lions Club presentation to the Village Villa Park. And, well, but you are here. Yeah? No? We don't have? We don't have? Okay. Well, we were going to have a presentation of a check in the amount of $4,566. So this was from Oktoberfest. So we want to thank the Lions Club for their donations. So, yep. Well, when are we going to do? Okay, we'll do it next time then. That sounds good. I wasn't sure if you were going to pinch hit, Vitas. I'm looking at Vitas Giscalis, so, all right. Second up then is Old Town Villa Avenue Business Owners Association has a trick-or-treat event coming up. It's an event that has occurred in the past, and there was a brief reprieve, and now it's back, and I've had a lot of residents asking about this. So if Gail Baker from Rampant Lion would like to come up, are you the president of these? You can come on up to the podium, yeah.
There really isn't any official organization as such.
Okay.
But I handle the communications for the group,
Wonderful.
at least email, telephone, things like
Perfect.
that.
That's great.
They did sort of elect me the unofficial manager of the trick-or-treat event. But it's going to be on Saturday, October 24th. Trick-or-treating itself is going to be from 1:30 to 3 up and down Villa Avenue from St. Charles Road to the Historic Museum, both sides. All the businesses will have a little sign in the window that'll say trick-or-treat here to show that they're participating. We invite all the kids in Villa Park to bring their parents, their families, whatever, along with them. We have a lot of new businesses that are up and down Villa Avenue, and a lot of old businesses that we'd like everybody to sort of reacquaint themselves with up and down Villa Avenue. From 3 to 4, there's going to be a costume contest that's going to take place at the Historical Museum. And we have 4 age groups for the kids up to 12 years of age. And we'll have a little prize for each of the winners in each of the age groups. So we're looking forward to it very much. We're just trying to reinvigorate what we like to refer to as Old Town Villa Avenue. It's what sort of used to be the old Villa Park Business Owners Association. But we like to look at it as a neighborhood rather than just the Association of Business Owners. So we like to incorporate the neighbors. We do have a Facebook page that this has been publicized on. A lot of different people, either current residents or former residents, have liked the Facebook page as well, so we're publicizing it that way. Stores and businesses have the flyer in their stores or in their windows. I do have a few flyers here with me tonight as well.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Thanks.
Great, thank you. We'll do what we can to help publicize the event, and, we have a Facebook page. I'm sure Jan Fuel, our Director of Economic Development, told you about all the different opportunities. We also have a cable commission, too, and they might be more than happy to help you advertise as well by doing an interview and that type of thing, so.
Excellent.
Thank you, but I can't tell you how many families have asked me about this, so it'll be nice to be able to tell them that it's coming back, so. Yeah, thank you very much for that. A couple other quick items. Just want to ask the staff for a quick update on the latest and greatest on all the different projects that are going on around town. You can see some and maybe not see some, but we're going to tell you about all of them at this point.
All right,
Hi,
thank you.
Vitas.
Starting with the 2015 street resurfacing project, all the level binder has been placed on Bierman, 2nd, 3rd, and Ridge last week. Now they're out there doing structure adjustments. They're going to be performing concrete work on Cornell and Division. And later on this week, they're going to start the utility work on the Home Avenue alley. For the concrete street improvement project, they've done most of the north half of Stone Road. They had a gap a few places for driveway access, so they'll come back and redo those this week. Otherwise, all the pavement patching on Ellsworth, Armitage, Adele, and Sydney is complete. Starting today, and I don't know if they were out there, they were supposed to start the diamond grinding. So what that is after they patch a concrete surface, there's a machine that grinds a final surface on the concrete to make it more rideable. So that's going to be occurring today, Thursday, and Friday, if anybody's interested in seeing that in operations. Twin Lakes area street improvements, all the binder and level binder is completed. They've done some of the minor reditching that's supposed to be done, and they're hoping to come in later on this week to put down the final surface asphalt. Ardmore streetscape, sidewalk pouring, curb ramps, and the electrical drilling last week continue into this week. North Avenue townhomes, they're expecting the control cabinet any day now and the backup generator, and once those are delivered, then they'll start installing those. Crack filling and pardon the dust, that's where all the dust is coming from. They finished up today. They didn't get all of Ardmore because they ran out of quantity, so we're going to have to decide whether we want them back to finish up or not. But they were down at the south end today because of school being out, so we were trying to take advantage of school. So we'll see if they come back or not to finish up the south end. But,
Why did they run out of quantities?
well,
They just
the
had what
contract
they
was
had?
for so much.
Okay, all right,
So
so it wasn't the little, okay.
we may add
Sure.
a little bit just to finish it off,
Okay.
just to get them to Roosevelt Road.
Okay.
For the elevation certificates, we've had 20 people request them so far, of the letters that were sent out, so we'll be
wow.
scheduling those.
Okay.
And the sidewalk replacement is in progress. They have 2 more days, they estimate, and they will be finished.
Oh, wow. All right, great, thank you. Thank you very, very much. Okay, then just a couple more quick announcements. The Villa Park every year offers a free yard waste pickup. It's that time again, which starts on, I take that off, took it off of the manager's list. It starts on Monday, October 19th, and goes through Friday, December 4th. And basically what that means is you are allowed to dispose of an unlimited number of craft paper bags of leaves without affixing your yard waste sticker, the yellow sticker. So you can start doing that Monday, October 19th. And we've got some details in terms of how to bundle everything on our website at www.invillapark.com. It's under the news tab on the homepage. Or you can call Village Hall at 630-592 6052 and get your questions answered. Okay? Thank you so much. And then last but not least, the Villa Park Junior Women's Club is doing their annual Trick or Trot event on Saturday, October 24th. I believe Trustee Wagner had mentioned that event at a previous board meeting, so I'm kind of following up on what he had reported. So it's Saturday, October 24th. Registration starts at 7 a.m., and then runners start at 9 a.m., and then a 1K kids run start at 10 a.m. So for more information, you can go to our website at www.invillapark.com under events. That's all that I have tonight. So with that, I'm going to move on to item number 2, public comments on agenda items. This is regarding items 4 through 6 on the formal agenda. Anybody has anything? Going once, going twice? Okay. Opportunity to speak on non-agenda items is item number 7. So, all right, item number 3 then, amendments of the agenda. Does anybody have any amendments of the formal agenda? No? Okay, moving on. Item number 4, consent agenda. This is A through I. I'm going to just read the headings really quick for the record. Bill listing dated October 12, 2015, in the amount of $1,243,057.65. Minutes from Village COW meeting for September 28, 2015. C, minutes from the Village formal board meeting for September 28, 2015. D, minutes from the public hearing for September 28, 2015. E, first and final reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the sale of surplus property, a 1995 MedTech ambulance. F, resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing change order number 2 to the contract between the Village of Villa Park and Orange Crush LLC for the 2015 street resurfacing project for an adjusted contract amount of $1,659,661.05. G, resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing a contract with Girardi Sewer and Water Company of Norridge, Illinois, for the 2015 North Princeton Water Main Improvement Project in the amount of $474,477. H, resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing an engineering services agreement between the Village of Villa Park and Baxter and Woodman Incorporated for the North Princeton Water Main Improvement Project in the amount of $50,000. And I, resolution approving the 2016 Sugar Creek Golf Course annual budget. Have a motion on the consent agenda?
Madam President.
Trustee
move for
Bolfus.
consent agenda.
Okay, do I have a second?
Madam President,
Trustee Wagner.
I'd like to second that motion.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Ayello?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Item number 5 on the formal, second reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, amending Section 9-313A of Chapter 9, Fire Prevention and Protection of the Villa Park Municipal Code. The village charges residents and non-residents a fee for emergency medical services provided to them. The fees collected help offset expenses incurred for providing advanced and basic life support emergency services to residents and visitors to Villa Park. These fees were last increased in March 2011 and are no longer comparable to neighboring towns, which include Addison, Elmhurst, Lombard, Oak Brook Terrace, and York Center. In addition, Medicare has updated its fee schedule, and the village is not collecting the maximum Medicare allowable reimbursement. An ambulance fee survey was conducted of the aforementioned departments and found that the average resident fee for BLS service is $661, and ALS-1 service, and BLS is basic life support, and ALS-1 is advanced life support, service is $876. The proposed fee increase is lower than the average. Do I have a motion on the second reading?
Madam President.
Trustee Gazelle.
Make the motion.
Do you have a second?
Madam President.
Trustee
Second.
Bolfus, yes, thank you. All right, any additional questions and comments from the board? Second reading. Trustee Ayello.
Well, I know we received information from staff, finance manager, that this was costing us about $2,000 per trip. Can I, at this point, suggest to amend this ordinance, second final reading, to increase these numbers of 50% across the board, to get us closer to not quite half of break even? And if so, how do I do that, Mr. Attorney? So I make a motion to amend
We need a second?
The second reading of the ordinance that we're discussing to adjust the prices that we're approving to be 50% higher than what we're asked to approve. So that what we would be approving is the same exact ordinance with the pricing being 50% higher across this chart.
Across the board, for
Yes.
resident and non-resident?
Right.
Okay. Okay, that's the motion. Do we have a second? I hear crickets.
That'd be no.
I would say no.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
the motion fails. Thank you for putting it out there, though.
Sure.
All right. Any other questions and comments from the board on the existing second reading as it stands? No? Okay, we'll do a roll call vote on this.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Ayello?
No.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Item number 6 on the formal, first and final reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, in Villa Park, Illinois, approving the rezoning to the OR Office Research District, a special use for a public park, and an amendment to the 2009 comprehensive plan for the property located at 650 East Wildwood Avenue. A public hearing on this request was held on September 10th, 2015, before the Planning and Zoning Commission, which recommended approval on a 4-to-1 vote. Staff also supports the request. Motion on the first and final reading?
Madam President,
Trustee Case.
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
Madam President?
Trustee
Second.
Bolfus. Okay. All right, any questions or comments from the board? Actually, I would like to ask staff to give a very quick, brief explanation of what this is. And we are televising our planning and zoning meetings, so it's been out there, but
This is an attempt really at economic development from staff's standpoint. When the stormwater report came out earlier this year, surprised no one that we need to find more stormwater areas in the village. Given the propensity for this area to take water in periods of heavy rain, I think it's an appropriate location to look at for stormwater improvements. The property is currently zoned residential. But in the comp plan, it's shown for residential development, but it's a 100-year floodplain. The chances of there ever being any residential development on that property is slim to none. In fact, the comprehensive plan shows all the other areas surrounding that for more of a mixed-use type of development, not single-family. So staff has proposed that we rezone this property to OR, approve a special use for a public park, and amend the comprehensive plan to make this a corridor mixed use. Staff believes that if there is any potential whatsoever to get some developable property, if this area were ever to be used for stormwater management purposes, that we should try to do that. And that's what we're trying to accomplish.
okay. All right. With that, any other questions? Trustee Ayello?
That includes, you said a mixed use, right? You did say mixed use.
Yes, the comprehensive master plan has most of the surrounding area identified as corridor mixed use. So that property to the south and the property to the west. And this would just match that.
Understood, thank you.
Anybody else? Over on the. So basically, there will definitely be flood retention as part of this plan, want to make that,
If that
Full year.
happens, no, the next step for the village in terms of the stormwater improvement would identify areas where it can be done for a cost-effective purpose. But
Got it.
that's down the road. That's why staff has proposed that we approve the special use for a park so we can keep the park going as long as we can.
right, because there's some built-in water retention there at Rotary Park now, but it's not deep enough. There's still a lot of overflow, and if anybody's ever driven through the Monterey area by Ovaltine, you've seen it. So, all right, as long as that stays front and center, since that area continues to flood. All right, okay. I think we're all good then? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Ayello?
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Okay, item number 7, Public comments on non-agenda items. Okay, I don't see anybody here, so I'm going to move on to item number 8 on the formal. Village clerk's report. You have anything for us?
report.
Okay, great. Okay, item number 9, village trustees report. I'll start to my left. Trustee Gazone, do you have anything for us tonight?
Nothing this evening.
Thank you. Trustee Wagner?
Thank you, Madam President. I just have a couple things.
Sure.
Just want to let members of the public know that the Friends of the Villa Park Library are going to have a general meeting on Wednesday. That's this coming October 14th from 7 to 9 p.m. And as part of that, they're going to have a pie baking contest. So if you're a pie maker or pie baker, and you want to see what the Friends of the Library are up to and
That's awesome.
want to sample some pie, I would recommend that you attend. And also, the Friends of the Library are doing their art in rehearsal for their annual murder mystery play, which is going to take place November 6th, 7th, and 8th. The performances on the 6th and 7th are start at 7 p.m. The one on Sunday, November 8th, is at 2 p.m. Tickets are $12 in advance, $15 at the door. And if you've never attended a murder mystery put on by the Friends of the Library, it's a lot of fun. You'd be surprised at the talent in town, and it's kind of a fun event, and so I recommend people attend that. Also want to mention that the Villa Park Environmental Concerns Commission will be participating in a pumpkin collection / composting event on Saturday, November 7th, from 9 a.m. to noon. Roy Strom will be providing a roll-off dumpster, and folks who want to get rid of their pumpkins and make sure they get composted properly can drop off their pumpkins. It will be behind Village Hall, adjacent to Public Works. And I think I'm correct in saying that the Traffic and Safety Commission has a meeting tomorrow, October 13th at 8 p.m. here at Village Hall. And that's all I have.
Great, thank you very
Thank you.
much. Okay, Trustee Aiello?
No, ma'am, thank you very much.
Okay, you're very welcome. Okay. Trustee Bolfus?
No, I think you've covered everything.
Good, okay. Trustee Case?
Might be.
All righty then. Moving on to item number 10, village manager's report.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. This evening, I think Director Fiola would like to discuss a few transactions on North Avenue.
Great. Hi, Jan. How
Hi,
you
good
doing?
evening.
Hi.
Yes, I'm happy to report that the owners of the North Park Plaza, Sherwood Blitzstein and David Dresden, the owners of Mosaic Properties, have secured some very exciting national retailers for their outlet building in front of the North Park Plaza. That's the development on North Avenue adjacent to Addison Road. I can report that they have secured Chipotle and will be designing the building to include an outdoor patio. They have also secured Dunkin' Donuts that'll have a drive-through. Firehouse Subs is among another retailer, in addition to a dentist and some national retailers that are still in the process of being secured. So they're presently in for building permit and hope to actually get the shovel in the ground before snow hits this winter. Also, as you may know, the village owns about 5 acres of property along North Avenue, and I can report that one of those properties is presently under contract for retail development. The developer is going through its due diligence presently. The other piece of property is in final contract negotiations. And then there's some other prominent parcels along North Avenue that are also under contract. And if those developments were to go through the final due diligence process and forward through development, it could really transform that stretch of North Avenue along in Villa Park. So very excited. Some very exciting things happening.
Yes. Actually, Jan, just one really quick question. In regards to all of these developments, when they're ready to go, can we put signs out at each of these locations that say coming soon or whatever, just to let people know? Because I don't know about the board, but I get a lot of questions about what's going
Absolutely.
on, what's being done here, and that would probably help
President
facility.
Bullwinkle, that's a really great point, because we also are getting a number of calls regarding the large development on Roosevelt Road. As everyone knows, as part of Villa Oak Shopping Center, one of the end caps has a new roof, and they blew out the front walls, and that is to be Bob's Discount Furniture, and I have talked to the developer and asked them to also put a coming soon sign there, so that we can kind of discourage some phone calls. And look for upcoming articles in the newest Village Matters that'll be coming out shortly.
Sounds good, yeah. That'll certainly help facilitate communication, yeah. So, all right, thank you. Thank you very much. Anything else?
Actually, I do have one more item
Okay.
or two. Just want to let the board know and folks at home that Director Gola and his staff have finished sandblasting the missile with baking soda, and now it's very close to being repainted before it goes to the American, or the VFW. So that should be going shortly. And then I believe last Friday at about 12 noon, there was a pre-construction meeting concerning Cortese Veterans Memorial Park. So that should be kicking off shortly also. So thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Thank you for all the updates. Appreciate it very much. Okay. Item number 11, Village Attorney's Report.
No report
No
tonight?
report, okay. Item number 12, consider executive session A5 ILCS 120-2, C11, pending litigation. Do I have a motion to convene to executive session?
Madam President,
Trustee Wagner.
I'd like to make that motion to go
Okay.
into executive session.
Do we have a second?
Madam President,
Trustee
second.
Bolfus. Okay, great. All right, we'll do a roll call vote.
Trustee Ayello?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
President Bolt?
Yes. All right, we're going to convene into executive session, and we will adjourn following exec session.